Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. We have some amazing things to talk about today. Welcome to Thursday Night with Pineapple. I am your host, Terrence Ramses, the CIO of the Royal Blossom Company, formerly known as Right Brand Clothing, also the co-host of Thursday Night with Pineapple, known as the Royal Blossom Podcast as well. And the mission of the Royal Blossom Company is to restore, build, create, to restore all the wealth and resources that have been lost in our communities, to create a unique commonwealth of let me start over. To restore, build, create. To restore all the wealth and resources that have been lost in our communities, to build up the youth and children that are coming behind us, to create a unique commonwealth of like-minded entrepreneurs to put them back in their God-given purpose and talents. And our brand values is to be fun, spirited, and passionate about everything that you do in God. And our and also our our podcast slogan is okay, you just don't know which angle we coming from each week. Also, as you see in the caption, I got pineapple, also got pineapple X. So we're going to be representing the Nation of Islam today. We're going to be talking about some great things. Before we get into that, so I'm going to give you some brand updates. So also, we got some special promotions going on right now. So you want to go to the website, www.royalblossompodcast.co. I'm going to go ahead and put that caption up there. Boom. Go right to the website. Got a special promotion, 10% off if it's your first time as a visitor. Go ahead and get your orders in. Got some clearance items. Also, we know it's getting cold. Also got this amazing bomber jacket right here. It's now $74.99. Clearance came out earlier this year. Got the We Are One bomber jacket right here. Got my name on it, engraved on it, Mr. Pineapple itself. So we got some a little bit of artwork. Got the One Love patch on here. Got some diamonds on here as well on this patch. So we have a little bit of the embroidery. So this handcrafted, hand stitched, nice and warm, keep you warm in all 3 seasons. So we got small to extra large right now that's left in stock. So go ahead and get your order. Scan this QR code. It'll take you right to the website as well. So I'm going to talk to you also about a private label company called Fashion Loft Silk Bay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the logo. So that's the men's logo right there. This is the unisex logo right here as well. Fashion Loft Silk Bay. So I have a consulting agency that helps brands build out their own platforms, build a business. I'll show you how to do just a few different things. I'll show you how to design a website, create your own fashion brand, create social media pages just like that. So we have different things that we do. So here's the goal, the mission, and the goals of Fashion Loft Silk Bay. So its goal is to guide you wherever you want to go in your fashion career simply by creating your own shirts, garments, or your own business function or event. No matter where you go on the planet, from the east to the west to the north to the south, we're going to help you get there with the proper expertise. So we got a few different packages. We have the students and young professionals. So what happens is this is tailored and mainly goes to college students and high school seniors. This is going to be 70% off because we really want them to go to the next level and really start off their brand, because it takes like almost $100,000 or more to really start your brand off the right way. So we got a few different tiers. We got East Wing, West Wing. So you have to do these in order. So with the students, they'll include 90 days of coaching, 3 hours a week. I'll help you map out a vision, design concept, help you with social media and brand awareness to start off and basically get your brand off the ground. That's $150 for the students. Then we have the West Wing, which is $300. So I'll help you design a prototype, measurement charts, color code, supplier communication, and marketing promo. So that'll be $300. Then we have the South Wing, which is tier 3, $600. We'll help you with content creation, caption, SEO, pre-order strategy, pop-up shops, launch parties, shipping and handling, or production overseeing, and brand ambassador growth. That production would be $600. Your north wing would be 1,200. So you'll get brand box creation, sales and marketing strategy, connections and fashion, deep dive in fashion and education, 4 days of 1 hour coaching, taglines, total cost for the whole program is $2,250. So this would be small business and family professionals. This would be the same thing. The only difference is it's a little bit more in depth and more of an accountability on this as well. So only difference is it's a little bit more detail oriented in the name of it. So this one would be called the East Law. Pretty much it's the same things you get. The only difference is you'll have the revisions, logo creation, brand identity, and awareness. This will start off at $600 for the first tier. Then Westlaw would be the design type, prototype creation, color code, supplier communication, marketing promos. That'll be $900. And then when we go to South Loft, okay, right here. I think I missed one. Of them in here. So this is Southwest, so it'll be 1,800. So you get content creation, content SEO, pre-order drop strategy, pop up, deep dive in fashion, 4 days in coaching, tagline, shipping and handling. So there's one part, I think I uploaded the wrong slideshow, but the total cost for this program will be $6,100, and it'll be over a year's span of a program that will help you build your brand out. So if you needed like personal private label services, if you needed like a logo creation, T-shirt creation, you needed custom private label hats, you needed supplier communication, work uniforms, tech pack creation, storage, Shopify storage setup. We have all of that, and I have a lot more services that's not listed on here. So there's also a designer fee minimum of $200 just to get started. Everything is subjected to change based off of your needs of the brand. So, without further ado, we are going to bring on our phenomenal guest. But I wanted to show you a few things before we get on to. I want to show you some content from hers. I want to show you a video about telling the truth.
How does intentionality service overcoming self-sabotage? Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
well, first and foremost, let's just look at when we say self-sabotage. It's yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
that means we have to face self, and we have to be willing to tell ourselves the truth that we're doing some things that's destructive.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
In our process, and whatever that is. And the most hardest thing that I found, even with my own personal healing before I got so deeply involved, is being able to confess my faults.
Come on. Talk about the prayer. Come on.
You understand? And I'm not
Yes,
saying,
ma'am.
because it's easy to go to God and say, okay, Allah X, Y, and Z. But Allah said He does not change the condition of a people until the people change their own condition. So how about looking in the mirror and telling yourself the truth,
Yes,
Nayyirah?
ma'am.
Come
Yes,
on. Come
ma'am.
on. Come on. Come on.
Right? Because I don't know about you. I'm black. Like me, black like me. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm good. I'm straight. That part, nah, we good. That we good is that's the part I don't want to look at.
Come on. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. Go ahead.
Or
Go ahead.
having a strong woman mentality. But when you're self-sabotaging, it's something that you have to become aware of, that this is a pattern of behavior that you may get to that state, and fear the success of whatever that may be.
Self sabotage. We're gonna be telling the truth on this particular live stream. But without further ado, I got some other content that I want to show you, but I'm gonna have her talk to you personally about that. Sister Muhammad, are you on the line?
I am here. I'm blessed, highly favored, and I'm so super excited to be here with you once again
Mm-hmm.
on your exciting platform to share space with you. As you are doing so many amazing things in our community, being able to help dress us, okay, with
Absolutely.
flavor, pineapple,
Yes,
royal
absolutely.
blossom.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So I'm super excited to share space once again on your platform. And I want to thank you so very much for not just having me on here, but hosting the Repair of the Black Family, because I am the brand and I represent a brand. So thank you once again, as we are so much striving to help to eradicate generational trauma.
Okay.
And yes, and we focus in on mindset, family, and business. So I believe we are in the right space with the right place, right on your platform, doing the right thing, especially in this time period that we're in now. So thank you so much for having us.
No problem, man. So tell us a little bit about yourself, just in case the people that don't know about you. Tell us your background and where you're from and everything.
Absolutely. So, of course, my name is Sister Nayyirah Muhammad. I was born and raised in the city of St. Petersburg, Florida. I am the eldest of five children. My mommy and daddy had five children, and my grandmother was one of the first Black business owners in the city of St. Petersburg. If you are from St. Pete, y'all remember John Baker's Bar, Louise Baker, John Baker. That was my grandma off of Third Avenue. All right. That is my grandmother. She's no longer here. And so, born and raised in the city of St. Petersburg, I have my own five beautiful children, young adult children, nine grandchildren, happily married to my husband, Brother David, 27 years. Yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you. My mother is Amina's, for those of you that's from St. Pete. That's also my mom. So, as you can see, business running our family. Let me see. What about myself? I am, of course, my own individual being. All of those are my hats. Those are my functions, right? But for me, I am a person that just love our people, right? I love our people. I'm a woman of God. I'm a woman of principles. So that's who I am. That's how I show up in the world. I've been able to accomplish some amazing things according to this world's life. Being an author, a three times bestseller author, being able to share on many different stages, including share stage with Les Brown. I just recently did a TEDx. That was very exciting for me. And I'm a student follower of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in the Nation of Islam. And yeah, that's just who I am and how I show up in the world. There's many more things that I can say. It's just, when it comes to really just expounding on all of those things, I just try to keep it minimal because, who's counting? Right? So I show up in the world as a woman of God. I show up in the world as a woman of principle, and I show up in the world as a woman that is really about the struggle. Right? The struggle is not over; it just evolved. So that's who I am, and that's how I show up in the world.
Okay. So tell us about Repair the Black Family. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So I am the founder of the Repair the Black Family. Once again, we focus in on the family unit, focusing in on mindset, family, and business. We've been established officially since 2010.
Okay.
And yes, and so our core values is trust, loyalty, communication, and ultimately unity to bring the family unit back together. We're located in the city of St. Petersburg. We do counseling, one-on-one counseling, coaching, one-on-one. When I say counseling, I mean coaching. Consulting is something different because that's through the business aspect when we consult businesses. We also provide group counseling or coaching. And yeah, that's what we do. And we have our wellness products, right? We got our sea mosses and all of those different things. We have a beautiful website at www.repairtheblackfamily.com and many other products, right? And products and services that we offer to the community and world at large. I'm a master retreat leader, so we do international retreats. We go to Egypt. We've gone to just many different places. So yes, sir.
Okay. So what products and services does Repair the Black Family offer?
Yes, sir. So we offer coaching. So I have a transformational coaching community for women. In particular, it's called Heal on Purpose. I don't have that there. Some of my assistants, they're probably watching, so they'll drop the link. So I provide women's coaching and counseling. We provide marital counseling or in coaching. We provide marital one-on-one and marital. So those are the services that we provide. We also provide leadership training. So we have a leadership academy as well, which also is inclusive of business. We do have our sea moss and wellness products like black seed oil, soaps, shea butters, and those types of things. Our latest thing that we added to our wellness products is these right here. Yay. And as you can see, I'm patched up. So have you been patched by Coach Nayyirah? This right here is what we call phototherapy. It's low light therapy. And these patches actually help to, first of all, it's non-transdermal, which means nothing goes in your body. It's nanocrystals, right? It takes the infrared light from your body, reflects it on the crystals out of these little patches. I call it the power of the patch right here. Reflects the heat from your body, hits the crystals, and open up the energy channel to support your body's healing naturally. This right here is the stem cell technology. It's a technology. It's not even a product, really. It's a technology. This is stem cells. These are our two duos, right? Help to increase the stem cells. Because after 50, stem cells is out of there, right? They start to decrease. So this is our stem cell technology, which is the company's #1 product. This is the power of the company, X39. It has been recognized all over the world. And then we have our Eon, which helps to reduce inflammation, cortisol, get you out of fight or flight. This is what I call the woman's patch. It's the happy patch. Anybody can use it, but I like to say that it's the woman's patch. Okay, that's simply because I deal with a lot of people all day, every day, and when I patch this little patch on me, right, this right here helps to reduce stress. It helps to take out inflammation. It helps to get you pretty much in a good space so that you're not in fight or flight. We have different patches, but however, these here are all our different patches. This is one of the winners. I'm sorry, I'm getting the feedback. It's a little distracting.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't
know. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit.
Okay. I'm just gonna make sure those in the room. Make sure that you're on mute. Okay, great. So these patches they don't cure anything. They just help support your body's own natural heal system. And again, it's like. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Yep, you can go ahead. I can hear you clearly, perfectly clearly.
Yes. So these are our latest things that we are using to the world. Me personally using them. What has pain significantly decreased. My sleep, my energy is amazing. My hair is growing. It helps to build collagen, right? My skin is absolutely wonderful because of the patches. We have our women's patches right here. Is the S6 helps with the right? Helps regulate and curb appetite. So this is one of my favorites as well. We have different things, but the beautiful part is it's the technology. It helps to have open up the energy ways for the body to heal itself. The patch itself not heal anything, but because it's light there, you know how to go to the infrared sauna.
Yep.
Okay. This is like having sun your body. And it helps to open up the energy flows for your body to do what it needs to do.
Okay. And how long have you been using these patches?
I've been using it for 4 months, and I've lost 32 pounds as one of the side benefits of these beautiful patches. So and again, health-wise, I'll be very vulnerable right now. Okay, one of the things that I was confronting in my life is fibromyalgia. Okay. And that comes from trauma, that comes from emotional trauma. And I've been able to handle that many years ago, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. When I lost my dad, it was very, very hard for me on all aspects of life, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical, right? And so I've been able to go through a process where spiritually, I've been able to handle this mentally and emotionally. However, physically, I was still confronting the physical body. I did not want to get on medications. I didn't want, all of the different drugs that's offered. And I looked for every natural way I could to help handle my body, to help my body to get into a position where I'm not suffering every day. And it took many years for me to find the formula for me to be able to fully be present and functional. And I can say this, that I suffered with inflammation on and off every day. Inflammation was my number one enemy. Okay. Suffering with inflammation, having those moments where I was tired, right? Energy just, one day I'm up, the next day I'm down. I used to have this thing where tell my husband I can be having a great day, and then next thing you know, within minutes, I can feel the sleep or the tiredness or the fatigue. That's what it is, chronic fatigue coming over me, and I would have a countdown. Now that I'm on these patches, I can truly be who I am and what I need to be for my life in the world without problems. All within 4 months. Because it's helping my body to realign and adjust and come back up into its natural state of existence. And that's the power of the patch. Still there? Okay, did we lose the host? It's okay, because I still know how to talk. So I think we lost the host. And so with that being said, so I've been using these patches for 4 months. I think he's back. There we go.
Now, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Absolutely.
What happened? And I was asking you, where did you get these products from?
Okay, so
how did you stumble across these?
Okay, so they're with LifeWave, right? They're called LifeWave patches.
Okay.
And one of my good friends, who is not really he's my mentor, but he has become a good friend. I met him in Clearwater, Florida. And he just so noticed that I was, my neck was tense, right? You know how you just kind of like move your head a little bit? Mm-hmm. You move your head a little bit. And he was just aware that something was going on, right? And he stuck this little patch on me. This little patch right here called Eon. I told you. And if you've been watching my page, and I know you've been watching my page, you see me patch people with this little bitty patch. And within 15 to 20 seconds, they went from a 10, a 5, a 6 to 0. It's really that real, right? No cap. And the beautiful thing, there's nothing going in your body. Nothing at all. It's nano crystals. It's light therapy. And this little patch that handles inflammation, this is not even our pain patch. This is the one that handles inflammation. This is the one that handles stress, right? This is the one that increases your hormones to be happy. This is the one to take you out of fight or flight within 15 seconds. You mean to tell me where I feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders? I'm walking around every day just naturally tense. It's my way of life, because this is what I've been dealing with for a very long time. So the unnormal or the unnatural felt normal. You know how that goes. Mm-hmm. We so used to coping with body issues that the unnormal or unnatural, it seems natural. Why? Because here we go. This is what we say. You ready? That's just the way it is. That's just what it is, right? And that becomes the norm when it's not normal, right? Our normal, which is living in pain or coping with stress. Sometimes it's not even pain. It's just stress, okay? Coping with stress becomes our new normal. And so he noticed it. And when he noticed it, he was like, here, just go ahead and put this on, right? Can I help you? He asked me, can I help you? And I was like, yeah. He said, well, you have any pain in your body? Or no, not on the first time. He just put it on there. And wait a minute. You mean to tell me within 15 seconds, I could move my neck? I got range of motion in my neck, on my shoulders, the stiffness, automatically the tension. So I was like, what is this? And then I noticed he said, keep it on for 12 hours. No cap. I had the best sleep ever. Because I usually wake up throughout the middle of the night from tossing and turning, because with fibromyalgia, the pain shifts. 1 minute it can be here, the next minute it's in your legs, the next minute, you never know where this, for those that know about autoimmune, you know the pain shifts. Okay? So you mean to tell me that I was able to sleep all night, and the patches it's not the patch, it's my own body. But the patch opened it up, the energy waves, for me to be able to have the experience of, write this down for those that's listening, relief. Now that's just one time, one patch. But imagine just being able to just relieve the stress off your mind so you can fully get some work done. I'm so focused now. We got a patch called carnosine. It's clarity. I'm focused. You know how we do you multitask, but when you multitask, you feel like overwhelmed and your mind over here, this, that. No, I'm very precise and I get things done. I complete cycles of actions. I complete that, meaning I get things done. I don't just start and stop. I don't just start things and don't get them finished. That's just that. But here's, and I mean, it's more, but it's these two together that within the last 4 months, I'm a new person. Now, y'all can't see me on this screen. Y'all really can't. But when the people that walk around me and people that don't know me, I have people to stop me and say, oh my gosh, you just so beautiful. I have no makeup on. There was a time I would not get on camera without makeup. Something to powder my face. Okay? The collagen, the skin tightening, the extra inflammation, and the weight is leaving. So I'm doing this thing, it's about to launch. It's called Snatched and Patched. But anyway, for the girls out, for anybody, but in particular the women, y'all need to get with me. Snatched and Patched. DM me and find out about Snatched and Patched. And again, it's light therapy, so it just turns on the switch for your body to do what your body needs to do. The patch is not doing anything. This is not a patch that's putting something. The patch is doing something. The patch is not putting anything in your body. It's using your own body heat system. Open up the energy channel. Some people say chakras. Some people say that. Some people say that. You know, I'm just saying the meridians.
Okay.
So that energy can flow.
Okay. Is this product cost effective?
It's technology. And it is. It really is. Yes. We have a whole complete package, and I would love to get you the details. And everybody that's watching, all you got to do is DM me right now on Facebook, right? And text me at 727-623-5555 and text me patches.
Okay.
And I would get you the information. But this particular patch, especially for women that's dealing with menopause, listen, I'm over 50. I mean, let's just keep it real. I'm over 50. And this patch right here, it helps with menopause. It helps to curb those appetites, get rid of the cravings. You know, and so there's just so many different ones that we have to help the body do what the body needs to do. And when I tell you it's the technology, from my own personal experience, and not just with myself personally, I'm watching miracles, you know, happen with people that I know, like, and trust, that have tried the patches, or people that I don't know. They're having instantaneously changes within their bodies where they had no hope. Hope is now available.
Okay.
So LifeWave, right? You can do a research on LifeWave patches. but I definitely can get you the information. And here's another thing. It's patented. This man has over 200 patents. Okay, this is not a Me Too product. You won't find anything else like this around the world. The founder and the inventor name is David Schmidt. He's an inventor. We got energy patches, and it's not a Me Too product. And that's what I love about it.
Gotcha.
And they work. It's like light upon light upon light. Let your light shine. Share the light.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about a couple of other products before we go into your other business ventures. So tell us. I know I played that video. So tell us about your video that I played earlier about telling the truth and self-sabotage. Can you go over a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I mean, okay. The best example is self. So I'm going to use myself. But as I tell my story that's about me, I don't think it's all for me. It's for whoever is listening. And when you find yourself in this story, then you got to be willing to tell yourself the truth. Okay? There's been things that has happened in my life, things that I did personally, like saying I'm good just to have that, what they call that face card.
Okay.
To have the face card, right? But all in all, suffering in silence, unhappy, broke, poor relationships, poor eating habits, whatever it may have been for me in the moment that I was not telling myself the truth. And when you asked me how I was doing, I'm straight. And the more I would deny the truth of whatever I was going through, because it was a coping strategy. It was whatever goes into my house stays in my house. So I didn't know how to communicate fully and be transparent with things that I had going on within myself because I was conditioned not to speak about certain things. So even when I wanted to talk about certain things, or maybe with certain people, I didn't have the level of being able to face the true realities because of how I was brought up. So if I had problems in relationships, I would just shut up and shut down and wouldn't say anything and, or it's okay, don't bother me. But until I learned how to tell myself the truth, no, that really hurt. No, that's not fair. Or yeah, I need to change this. Then I was sabotaging my own self. Nobody wasn't doing anything to me, but it was easier to point the finger and say somebody else was doing it versus me taking the responsibility. So I had to learn how to tell myself the truth. I had to learn to say when I'm not okay, before I could tell you that I'm not okay, I need to tell myself that. I need to tell myself I'm not okay today. And not that I don't feel good, I'm just not okay with the situation. Because sometimes I found myself making situations that was unhealthy, toxic, okay for me. You know what I'm talking about, okay? It was okay to have a narcissistic friend. A friend that's a narcissist. And that's just them. But just being them affected me. Giving the benefit of the doubt when it did not warrant the benefit of the doubt because of who it is. So I needed to tell myself truths of what's healthy for me or not. I've been on workforces, on jobs, and situations where people that had authority, that had titles, it was okay for them to do certain things to me because I did not have my own healthy boundaries. I never defined to the degree that needed to be defined what's good for me or not. What's true for me is true for me. Just because it's your truth doesn't make it true for me. And so I had to learn what's true for me. And then I had to learn what behavior patterns I had that was affecting other people. Hello, come on now, that's the biggest one. Because I'm not always the victim. I was the I was the cause point. I was the person that made things happen too. So I had to accept responsibility. Okay, now that was a sharp tone right there. Girl, you know you hurt their feelings. And there was a time I was like, okay, and I did not care. Right? But I had to learn to tell myself that that's not okay. Because we tend to do to others of what has been done to us. And so I had to recondition myself. I had to become unfamiliar with the things that was familiar. I needed to create a new blueprint of living. Not everything is bad. I'm talking about those toxic behavior patterns. I'm talking about the anger. I'm talking about the resentment. I'm talking about the envy, the jealousy, all of the different things that make up. Because remember, I started out saying, I'm a godly woman now. I'm a principled woman now. I have not always been that way. I knew God to the degree that I knew him, but I didn't know how to walk with him. But I could truly say now in my life, I'm walking with him. And I'm certain on that. But I had to go and recondition myself of a lot of patterns to get myself here. Have I 100% made it? Absolutely not. Every day is a day of purification. So every day I got to tell myself, girl, you got something to work on. You know how much courage that take? To look yourself. This is me now. This is what I do. I look myself in the mirror every morning. Because I believe the eyes is the windows of the soul. So I need to look in my own eyes and see if I still see the light of God.
The funny thing is when you talk about, victimhood and things like that, and understanding sometimes you're not, people are not doing things to you. Sometimes you're the villain in the situation. Sometimes you're the common denominator. Sometimes you out of pocket, and a lot of people in our community don't see that themselves because their upbringing is a part of it, and just some people just don't know how to take accountability and really self-examine themselves. So I have a church value from the church that I go to now. It says self-examination promotes growth. So when you start examining your heart, mind, body, and spirit, you'll figure out maybe how is these behaviors serving me? How is my attitude serving me? How is my word serving other people? And what happens is people don't really take that scripture into fruition. Like death and life is in the power of the tongue. It's about words, also what you ingest and what you say, tone, and what you eat as well. And a lot of people don't really truly understand the context of behavior and how you should conduct yourself. And that's some good stuff. And I'm glad that you really took the time to really grow through that, despite, however your upbringing was, and really figure it out like, I was wrong. I have an issue. A lot of people don't really want to sit there and identify that. Well, I was talking about this on a couple of podcasts ago about therapy. I had like 3 therapists on this podcast talking about a lot of the same stuff that we're talking about, but on a deeper level as far as accountability. Like when you come in my office, you have to admit that you have a problem. Because a lot of times we had this conversation. It was like, look, this therapy thing is not a long-term thing. This is wham bam, thank you, ma'am. This is something. My job as a therapist is to guide you, but you have to do the work. And a lot of people don't like to work on themselves. They think they arrived. They think this is the best version of them. They just stop working on themselves. They stop learning and growing. See, in this life is either you growing or you dying. There's not like no gray area in that area. And once you really decide and understand that, your learning is It's everlasting. It's constant. It never stops until the day that you pass away.
Hey, I'm right there with you. You know, I have a saying that healing is not a moment, it's a journey, right? And the best form of healing that I've found with myself and others, especially as a coach, is getting people to solve their own problems via taking responsibility, right? We say accountability, that's an aspect, the root in the highest form of healing is one that can take responsibility for any and all things, even those things that make us feel uncomfortable. Respond with ability. And there was things that happened in my childhood that I could say, yeah, this is because of how I grew up. But there's also things that I adopted, yes, but there's things that I created. It was me. It was all me. And when I learned how to get to that point, that's where the self, come on, see that? Self sabotage stopped. Because at any given moment, at will, I can recognize and take responsibility. At will, I can take ownership. I can take ownership, even if it's something that's going that really it can be somebody else, but I need to find what did I do to contribute to this motion. You always, any and everything that happens, you always have a part to play. To be or not to be. That is the question. And so true healing, what I've found in one who has and who is going through this journey is my power to say, I created it all. And when I do that, any and all things vanish. It's just that simple. It takes the emotional charge off of it. It takes the things that make us affect. We become at the effect of our environment. We become at the effect of our relationships. We become at the effect of our finances. We become at the effect of our jobs, of our home, whatever. We become at the effect. But when you take responsibility, oh, no. Now you standing in God power. Right? You causing things to happen. You making things happen. You that being it is. That be go to work it is. And so I'm learning more and more on how to be that person to create my realities and those around me. Because I know when I help people around me, my whole life get better. Because what is it good for me to do good and everybody around me not? So when you're healing people around you, or when you're transforming, right? Or you're growing, that's 3 stages I just said. Everybody around you is affected. People that don't even know me, never met me, never in the physical, but they are experiencing some of the effects of me doing my work just by watching my social media. And I say doing my work on me. Not just doing my job as a coach. No, they've seen my growth. And somewhere in the energy, because everything is energy, frequency, that's what this does, helps raise your frequency, right? My frequency, my energy, my vibe, all of that. People are being affected by my growth. And so it's necessary for us in this time to not sabotage ourselves. We got to tell ourselves the truth. What do you want to be in 5 years from now? What do you want to be in 2 years? Matter of fact, here we go. Where do you want to be tomorrow? See, I live intentional living, and I strive to get other people Tell yourself the truth. Where do you really want to be? Because sometimes we cry for help, but then when help show up, we back out. We could talk all day, but when solutions arrive, now we get the justifying and, oh, this if I had it, but you just said you would. Right? So what I learned to do is not take away people's problems. People will fight you for trying to help them. Okay, I don't know how that went across. What I'm saying is, people will get upset if you try to tell them what to do. Don't tell people what to do. Get them to think about. You can give them different choices and let them choose. It's called power of choice. But when you start telling people what to do, that's not in our culture. I don't know about other cultures because I'm not of that. I could speak on mine because I'm a Black woman. You start trying to tell me what to do, then we get that I'm grown syndrome. Okay, let me stop.
Yeah, it is. It's just it comes from the book of Proverbs. It says, if you try to correct the fool, they'll resent you. If you try to if you correct the wise man, he'll praise you. So it's all
That's
about
a higher level. That's a higher level of awareness, though. That's a higher level or higher version of a person that can actually do that. And we do have that. I'm not saying we don't have it, but most people that's in the cycle of self-sabotage, that's in the cycle of self-destruction, and we could go on, limiting beliefs, drama. You got to have need of change. You got to be really like you got a necessity, like it's necessary for me to change right now. I got to be thirsty for change. I got to be seeking, as the Bible says, seeking ye shall find. I got to be seeking my change. But if I'm not seeking, I'm comfortable. And then here you go trying to come over here and change my ways. No, not having it.
So there's a value system that this lady that I follow heavily, she's also in the nation too. Her name is the Crimson Cure, and she talks about two value systems. She talks about the lost value system and the 10 life values. So the lost value system is the 10 life values in reverse. So you have your internal values and your external values. So your lost value system will be being wealth at the top, leisure, profession, education, mobility. Then it'll be your dwelling, appearance, family, health, and spiritual. So that's your lost value system.
Mm.
So you're putting your external values to the front of everything that you do. That's like when you say people that have that weird thinking, they just care about their money, they care about traveling, their education, how they moving around. They're not thinking about their dwelling, where they stay, they lay their head at. They're not thinking about how they appear to people, by the things that they say, do, and how they represent themselves. They put their family almost at the bottom of that pyramid because they don't care how they treat their family, their friends, how they come off. Their health is never a priority. That's big in our community. Health is just be at the bottom. And then your spiritual base. Your spiritual base is at the bottom of the lost value system because you putting God dead last in front of all that stuff like that. So what the 10 life values is it goes in a circle. So the 10 life values meaning that is your spiritual, health, family, appearance, dwelling. Then you got your external values, is mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth. So here's the key about that wheel. The wheel shows you 1 and 2, and then 10. 10 is connected to 1. So your spiritual was connected right with your finances. They're intertwined like this. So if you got your spiritual right, your spirituality right, and your health right, all the rest of those 8 life values are gonna work itself out, especially your wealth. So meaning that you studying the word, you tithe and offering, you doing right by people, you got your relationships in order, how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you conducting yourself, you always examining yourself, you taking full responsibility about what you do and say, you taking accountability for your life, and you're really pruning the things that don't serve you. You're constantly growing, you're seeking knowledge, and you're always seeking wisdom. Okay? You're always looking to grow. You never arrived. Okay? Somebody can correct you if you're wrong. You're not gonna get offended if you get correct. Because a lot of people who operate in the lost value system, you can't correct, like you said, can't tell them nothing until some bad stuff happened to them, until some tragedy happened, and even still then they still won't listen to you because it's all about their perspective and their point of view. And that's what you said. You pick it back off of what you said. You just can't change people. All you can do is be the example of how you should live by your actions and your behavior. And maybe then people will change their point of view. They be like, you know what? I never saw it like that. How he handled that situation, he ain't go off. He dealt with it another way. Maybe I need to get with that person and change. Maybe I need to change the way I see things. Maybe I need to change my point of view. Maybe I need to look at this differently. Maybe I've been out of order so long. Sometimes people get it faster than others. Sometimes it takes people a lifetime to get it. But all you have to do is be the example that you would want other people to be.
Absolutely. As you were speaking, I just sat in a moment of gratitude because what changed the trajectory of my life is the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad
Okay.
under the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I grew up in South St. Pete. I did not have the knowledge of myself. I mean, who I am as a woman, right? My value system. I didn't understand the value of a woman. That a nation can rise no higher than its woman. Until I met the mind and the voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I did not have the knowledge that 75% of the work is with the woman. Until I met the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I did not know that, when you teach a man, you teach an individual, but when you teach a woman, you teach a nation. Until I met the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad under the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So to get and gain a thorough knowledge of myself, to have a thorough, listen to the words that we are taught, a thorough knowledge of God and a thorough knowledge of the open enemy. And then Minister Farrakhan takes and gives us 20 study guides to study yourself, self-improvement, the basis for community development. Community is your family. Community is right? So you got 20 study guide that just keeps unfolding. You go through it like building the wheel, overcoming difficulty, right? All of these, the balance, struggle for balance, all of these rising above emotions into the thinking of God, all of these different watch this now, self-improvement, study guides, self-correction, self-analysis. Everything is about self. So when you begin to work on yourself, that becomes the value system base for every building block in your life. And so for me, like I said, it changed the trajectory of my life. All I needed was right guidance. And in that guidance, watch this, came discipline. To become a disciple, whatever you want to be a discipleship in, you got to be disciplined. In the word discipleship is discipline, which is structure. The family unit needs structure. We need structures. We are creatures of habit. The world, the enemy's world, is trying to take us from the structure of God. In the scripture, for those of us that believe in the scripture, I'm just talking about scriptural people. I'm not here to promote religion. I'm just talking about my own walk here. In the scripture, it says God, Christ, man, woman, children. That's structure. But this world is taking the woman out of her place, pushing her out front, pulling the man in the back. Oh, this ain't just start in America. Okay, kill the male, spare the female. Okay, the structure, the divine order is being tampered with. The system is being tampered with. And so we are out of order. God says in the scripture, do everything in decency and in order. Decency and in order. So we have to, how do we get talking about telling the truth? We got to get back in order, divine order, so that God can have us with divine provisions. Divine. See, we got, see, language is everything. We talked about life and death is in the power of the tongue. Well, the words is what's going to give us the vibrations, the frequency to tune up to his mind, which is consciousness. I may say Allah, you may say Jehovah, somebody else may say Yahweh, somebody else may, it don't make us wrong. The question is, are we tapping in and becoming in divine order? Whatever that may be, whatever system of righteousness, principle righteousness that one follow, are we following it and is creating transformation to be on a journey with him? That's healing. That's healing. And see, and when we start talking about what I did and I did, that's self-destruction. Because God don't come with the I, he comes with the we. We made man. Let us make man. You feel me? So we got to start knowing how to speak in the collective consciousness of the divine creator. I just so happen in my walk of life, in my discipleship, and coming off the shores of coming into the shores of North America, that word Allah was taken from us because we are a people that was robbed of the knowledge of ourselves. We was robbed of the knowledge of God. We was robbed of our language. We was robbed. I said robbed of our culture. Our ancestors did not come over here as slaves. They was prisoners of war. And so these knowledges, these truths, all of this stuff was taken from us, and we are a different people. However, God has come to return us back to our ancestors. Back, it says in the book of Malachi that Elijah would come and turn us back, the children to the mothers, and the fathers turn the hearts of the fathers, children back to the fathers and back to the mother. That, go read it in Malachi 4. We got to be turned. Do that means go back to Africa? No, not in that sense. Turn back to the righteous principles. We have, for the women, we have been away from our ancestors, our mother's dressing room for over 400 years. Go back and look at Mary. How was she dressed? So we're talking about culture, because culture shapes us. So what is your culture? Whatever your culture is, you're going to become a product of your environment. I'm going to become a product of my environment. So what I'm striving to do as a mother, as a wife, as a friend, as one that's, active in the community, let's get us back to the culture of righteousness. It's called principles, not religion. Righteous principles. Because the true religion is obedience. That's it. That was first. Obey me.
Yep, everything is a system. When you was talking, another scripture that popped up to my mind: "Be ye transforming by the renewing of."
Renewing of your. That's right.
So keeping your mind open, no matter how old you get, and you never too. What Les Brown says, you, he says this best. Um, you're never too old to learn. You're never too young to teach.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Agreed.
Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of comments. For some reason, it hasn't been coming up on my stream.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at them over here.
Yep. So yeah. So Maria, we appreciate you. She says teach, And she says, I bear witness. She said, Candace says, absolute facts. Amani says, intentional living. Your husband said, I am not a victim. I will not do anything. Responsibility is freedom. Self, turn back. Amani says, him turn back to righteous principles. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That's good stuff. I put up a couple of the comments from YouTube. The YouTube comments are popping up. Naomi's 2025 says she loves you. Growth Empower Release says 100. Alata, she says healing our bodies and minds. That's what we do. Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell us about your products. Some more of your products. You have a conference coming up or something like that? You gotta I'm gonna put
Oh,
that.
super exciting. Super excited. Oh, that is my workbook. That's the Heal on Purpose workbook for the women. This workbook actually takes a woman from, really confronting her pain to transformation and ultimately aspiring into her own role as a leader. Most people, when they think about leadership, you know, we oftentimes look out, we look into our jobs, we look into the workplace, we look into our communities, but developing that leader from within. And so what I do is in this workbook, I actually take the women back to those moments of pain where they wasn't able to actually, take them a little bit deeper, right? And then bring us through so we can develop the leader from within. And that is the Heal on Purpose workbook. Definitely encourage people to get that. That's on Amazon. It's on my website as well, www.repairtheblackfamily.com. You can get it from there. You also can get it from Amazon. I do have, and then I also have a women's community. We meet every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. And I'm going to ask Amani if she's listening, or Zakia if they're listening, to put that in the comments. But we do have a website where women can go and actually sign up for my community and be a part of that community. It's every Thursday. That's the website for Repair the Black Family. And then we have one for the Heal on Purpose community. And I have a free masterclass coming up. That's this coming Saturday. I'm so super excited about that because that is how to grow your relationships. That's a free masterclass. You can sign up for that. I would highly encourage you to sign up for that. That's this coming Saturday, 6 o'clock p.m. No matter where you are on the
There
planet,
it is.
you can tap into this masterclass. It's going to be a live webinar. And we're going to bring some words that's going to help grow relationships. And this is just not male female relationships, all right? It's how to strengthen relationships, yourself, your marriage, your friendships, your family, your jobs. We're going to talk about relationships and much more. So y'all go ahead and tap into that. Listen, wealth doesn't begin with your money, it begins with your relationship. And this particular workshop, or webinar, should I say, masterclass is going to it's a build on from the TED talk that I did, the TEDx talk that I did a couple of months ago. If you all have not watched that, please go to TEDx and watch it. It's leadership starts in the living room, not in the boardroom. Watch it, like it, make a comment, and let's tap in.
That sounds good. You got a closing remark. Here you go. That's how
All
we
right.
can. It says your healing is your ability to confront, stop running from your weakness. That was a good quote.
You like that? Your ability, and most lives confront means come face to face and be willing to experience that.
Boy, my timing is impeccable about that stuff, ain't it?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you good. You good. You do your research and your homework. I like that. I like that. I really, really like that. I really,
Yeah,
really like that.
I found it. Yeah, I found some stuff that I
Yeah.
think we was gonna be able to talk about.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talking about it. We talk about it. And I want to thank you so much for the patch. No, the patch technology. This is like something that I'm really passionate about, and helping us to help the body to do what the body needs to do This is a technology I can truly say our community needs this technology. It's light, right? It's light therapy. It's non-transdermal for the women out. It's everybody can use the patches. I patch my husband every single day. It's helping our relationship to be better. And I'll say this for the women: get out of stress mode. We become more emotional accessible when we're not in fight or flight mode. Okay, so that's what I say. Lower them cortisol levels and stem cells. So yeah, I'm very passionate about these patches. Y'all can DM me, text me, however you want to get in contact with me about these patches, and let's do it.
All right, tell everybody how to find you.
Yes, so my website for just the regular Repair of the Black Family is www.repairoftheblackfamily.com. If you want to learn more about the patches, go to patchonpurpose.com, and you can learn more about the patches, patchonpurpose.com, and you can DM me on my social media, Nayyirah Tavika Muhammad. Y'all watching me on social media right now, right? And text me 727-623-5555. Text me, and I can make sure I send you all of Join My Community. I definitely would love for you all to connect, and for sure, certainly, for sure, sign up for that masterclass. Okay, it's all on my website, www.repairtheblackfamily.com. I would highly suggest that you subscribe to the website, or you can text me at 727-623-5555. And if you're on Facebook, my assistants, they are putting in my websites, they're putting in the women's only community, the Patch on Purpose, and how to register for the master class.
There it is. So follow you on all your social. Put all your social medias.
Yes, they're putting it there. So if you
Yep.
go on Facebook, I think it's Amani. Yes, I see Amani. She's putting everything there. So absolutely.
There you go. I see it. Yep, it's all in there. It's all in the chat.
And so we are super, super, super excited to connect with you all. Again, I'll say this: healing is not a moment, it's a journey. And as you're going through your healing process, count it all joy. All joy, not some of it, all of it, because every step of the way, everything that you've been through in your life has shaped you for this very moment. Just listening to me right now, it shaped you. It got you to this point to even hear a word that's coming from the both of us for transformation, for growth, for freedom. So count it all joy, not some, all of it. And just enjoy the ride, enjoy the process, and connect with like-minded people. Power aligns itself with power. And when you're truly looking for growth and you truly looking for transformation, you truly want to go through a journey that's none like you've experienced before. Connect with those who have done what you want to do. Somebody that know a little bit more than you. That's true growth. When you can get with and align yourself with people that have accomplished what you would like to accomplish, that's power. That's true power. Because now it can pull you up and out. But if you're trying to be with the same group, the same people that's trying to figure it out with you, you just may find yourself stuck. So get with those that have done what you would like to do. They have something that you have, and then ask them to game. Get a mentor, get a coach, tap into your podcast, right? Because I can't help people brand themselves. So if I want to know how to brand people, I need to get with you. Would you agree? Yes. So I tell people all the time, you want healing, you want transformation, you want results, you need to get with Sister Nayyirah. Because I'm not just talking about this. I have gone through it, and I'm going through it, and I'm doing it. And guess what? I get not just results, I get desired results. I help people get to the best version of themselves and solve their own problems. And that's true transformation.
Yeah.
Heal on purpose.
There's the gems right there. In closing, from my behalf, I would say, you said healing is a journey. Healing also when you going on this healing journey and you just telling yourself the truth, being honest with yourself, changing people, places, and things, seeking the wisdom, like to piggyback off of what you saying, changing your circle. And when you're going after people that have more knowledge than you, they're not, and a lot of times they're not gonna not look down on you because you're seeking the information. They're applauding you for wanting to become better because you don't want to be the smartest person in your own room.
Mm-mm.
You want to be some. You want to have people that are smarter than you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Most of the most successful businesses, they hire people for specific positions, and they're smarter than them in certain areas, and that's good. It's that you want the people that are smarter than you because you'll be able to prepare your business and your goals, your destinies faster when you're working as a team. And getting to that next destination and purpose, understanding those concepts and seeking the knowledge and just being open to learning, being open to constructive criticism, and just being having an open ear to listen to other people's perspective, being able
Absolutely.
to tune, being able to stay in tune.
Absolutely. And before we close the show out, I just want to shout out to my husband. Okay. Because where would I be without my husband? You know, my maintainer, my protector, the one that supports me in all things. So when you're talking about repairing a black family and you see Sister Nayyirah out here on the front lines, just know I got a backbone. Okay? And that is my husband. So I want to thank you all so much for listening, tuning in, and tapping in. And I want to thank you for allowing us to share space here with you and being able to share space on your platform to get a word out to our people and just really honor you in all that you're doing for the salvation, the freedom, the justice, and equality for humanity with the focus on our people. So thank you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I have a famous quote that I like to close out with. Once you discover how unique you are, you begin to change the world around you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
when you get a chance, everybody, I see some of y'all have subscribed to the page. Make sure you subscribe to the Royal Blossom Company on YouTube. Follow the Royal Blossom Company on Facebook and IG. And also follow us on the Rumble page at Royal Blossom Podcast. And you can follow me on my personal Facebook page, Royal Imperial Ananas, which is the Royal Pineapple, just in another language. So my name is Terrence Ramses, but I go by Royal Pineapple. Everybody in the community pretty much knows me by Pineapple. You may not find me by my first and last name, but you'll find me by that. So with that being said, we're gonna have another phenomenal guest next week, 7:30. This is gonna be the last part. Next week is gonna be the last podcast, probably for the month, because we got Thanksgiving that following week, and we're gonna be relaxing and chilling with family.
That's right. And on that note, if I may say this, my mother, if you're in the city of St. Petersburg, she has Amina's Catering Cafe on 22nd Street. She's giving out, we as a family is giving out a free Thanksgiving meal. Like we're gonna set it up at her restaurant. If you don't have, a family or somebody to share that day and time with, please come up and share with us, and we're gonna be feeding the community.
Yeah, she has good food.
Oh
Mom,
yeah, thanks. And
mom,
that dressing.
Mama don't play. Mama funny.
Yes,
Mama,
she is.
mama, she gonna, mama, mama direct. She gonna say some stuff.
That's
Mama gonna get
big
on your
mama.
behind. Yeah, she got some good cooking. So make sure you go stop by. What's the address?
Now that I don't know. Just look up Amina's Cafe. Okay, because I don't know. 22nd Street. I do not know. I really don't. That's not good. But yeah, just look that up. Amina's Catering on 22nd Street South in St. Petersburg. Come on now, y'all. I do not know her
Yo,
address now.
I hope your mom don't see this.
Well, she'll be all right. At least I shouted her out.
That's not how she's gonna see that though.
I understand, but I'm telling her just in case she see it. Or
Okay.
my brothers or sisters, somebody see it. I'm telling them. I shouted her out. Okay, so I gave her a plug. She in there now. Anybody that watch this gonna come up there and eat some Thanksgiving food because they know her dressing is amazing.
Okay, yeah. How do you spell her name? Somebody put her name in the chat.
Yes, yeah, they'll put it in Amina's Cafe.
Okay, I think it's by the Tropicana field, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's on 22nd Street in right off of Fifth Avenue South.
Okay, so is it closer to the Deuces?
It's on the Deuces. It's right across the street from Job Corps.
Okay, well, you supposed to tell them it's on the Deuces. You
Oh,
gotta
it's on the
spell it.
Deuces. It's
You
on the
gotta
Deuces
spell
line.
it. So you can't tell her you don't know the address. That's gonna be a whole conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole conversation right
Yeah,
there.
you gotta tell her like it's on the Deuces.
Amina's Catering. Look that up, Amani. Save me. Yeah, there you go. See there? It's 2213 6th Avenue South, St. Petersburg, Florida. Phone number is 727-826-7213. See there? Mistakes shall not exist in the public. We got
Oh,
this.
there you go. Your husband got you. He put it in the chat.
Okay. I got backup. Okay.
Y'all back up. We're gonna
I
help
got
you.
backup.
We're gonna get you right.
Yeah, we got backup.
Uh-huh.
It's called Saving Grace.
Saving grace. There you go.
I'm covered by grace.
There you go. We got you covered.
Yes.
All right, everybody. We'll see you soon. See you next week. Thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribe. If you haven't, make sure you do those things, and we'll talk soon.